It doesn't matter if we're doing basics or actives. Everything's dead.
Everything's dead. Everything's dead.
Got that Joon, got the Joon. Got that Joon, got the Joon.
We gotta record some of this. Just been messing around on Izardhi's account here, just to get a little bit of testing in for the new Vanquisher, essentially. Ever since Jesus has discovered that Sword Flash is viable as the only DPS, no Delacium is required. This is like pretty much my second run into Vortex. We had one earlier today on stream. I'm just doing this off stream right now, but I gotta record this. She's like going crazy, like absolutely insane. The amount of damage she's able to output now, she's getting kills in round 1 off an active. She's hitting like 400 plus million on her active, close to 300 million on her basic. It's like absurd. Like 200 million on the basic. It's just so ridiculous. And the Jara is hitting really hard too. So we have her as a homeowner in the second plot of land, and she's hitting hard too. Like when she CCs units, she's slapping heavy too. It's actually crazy how hard this is. Like 520 million off a basic is absurd. That's how much an active is doing pre Cloud Island buffs, right? Now she's just she's just deletes enemies. Oh, she's shrunk in here. It's gonna suck. Yeah, and she's still hitting 300 million, doing half the amount of damage. So if she's not shrunk in there, she's doing 600 million on that active, right? Like, bruh. Sword Flash is becoming a huge problem. I mean, she already was a problem, but okay, that sucks. Absolutely insane seeing how fast she can scale damage. This Sword Flash has 1 million attack, like 1 million 3,000 or something like that, or 30,000. So she's completely jacked up. We're talking hyper end game stats here, right? We are at the 413 million. It's so crazy how hard she's hitting. Her basics just shred essentially. Yeah, like 800 million. I think there's 4 procs, right? There's 4. She's just taking everything out. It doesn't matter if we're doing basics or actives. Everything's dead. It's so absurd. Look at that. Oh my god, she hits so hard. 5.4 billion inside 5 rounds. She's averaging $1 billion a round. It's so crazy. This immediately makes me think of Lord Balrog. Dude, we gotta get Balrog in the mix here. People are gonna be able to push at least some of this content with Balrog now. I was talking to Jesus about it. I was like, dude, she's popping off. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, Sword Flash, Cloud Island, she's able to scale into the stuff now. A lot of this early, he was saying a lot of the early Vanquisher will feel like late Defier. Like the later stages of Defier. It'll start feeling like he can pull off a lot of the tricks he can pull off in Defier in Vanquisher now. And Lord Balrog, if you can get a round 1 active to kill carry or any low HP target, you could technically run a Balrog and an Iggy to run a round 2 active. And I don't know, but 120% on a 1 million attack is a ridiculous amount of AoE damage. So if you can line up an impeccable round 1 and then boost with Balrog and get an active in round 2, I'm pretty sure she's gonna just delete everything. It's so crazy. She's so strong. Oh my god. Absolutely nuts. So the reason why I have Rogans in frontline is because I noticed that one Rogan would always hit 90% energy, and if you just get them in slot 1, you can actually set up an aggro. You can get the aggro from the Balrain or the Garuda to take you to 100, and then in round 2, if we're not CC'd, if we're not dead, he can do an active, get a Demon Bell proc, and give energy to the team, and often set up another loop of Demon Bell actives. So I've just kind of been experimenting with that, and that's why we're running 2 Rogans in the front line. You typically run like a Drake or a Queen, someone reactive. Queen's pretty good for slot 1 because you're always gonna have Balrains and Garudas hitting you. But I noticed early on that we were always shy just 10 energy. See that Rogan there in slot 1? He's at 90 energy. So if you have, let's say, a hero like a Garuda or Balrain that's still not CC'd there, it's very possible that you can set up a round 2 active from that Rogan, which we can start kind of a cascade effect. Oh my god. This Jara gives no. She's actually destroying half the enemies too. It's so crazy. Look at the Jara. She's doing 2.9 billion. This is so crazy. Oh, this feels like we're in Defier. It's nuts. It's actually just crazy. can't believe how strong these heroes get with like we're not even in the we're still in the infancy stages, right? Of the whole Cloud Island boost and stuff. Now, granted, we have insane gallery boost, insane, like just all that stuff's jacked up. The star spawns are obviously through the roof and all that. It's just crazy seeing how strong these heroes have gotten now. Just over the last week, like people have gotten sea lands cleared. They're dumping all those resources into those tenant buildings. They've been shipping a bunch of V4 like support heroes as tenants, and it's just crazy how much damage you get. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Alright, get some CC here? No? Yeah, that's completely absurd. That's just crazy. So if the Rogan doesn't get, yeah, so if the Rogan didn't get CC'd there, he'd actually have the 100 energies instead of active off, and it's very possible that he can feed energy to the other Rogan, and then that Rogan can feed more, and then it gets your, you know, it gets your Jara even more energy. It's really nice. You can set up these really nice sequences here. As long as you can get that Rogan, the first Rogan that goes, as long as you can give him one basic to hit him, you can start creating these nice loops, I feel. I haven't seen it happen because we keep getting CC'd, but like this Antler's crazy too. This is no joke. This Antler's absolutely absurd. Too bad we don't have Rogan boost. I guess the only drawback of running that situation is that you end up losing your Rogans, which is kind of rough actually. So we'll try some with Queen in the front, because you want to keep your Rogans alive as long as possible because they're providing an insane amount of attack to that sword flash. So it's gonna allow you to scale your antlers that much faster, and you really start shredding. Like the basics are doing 200 million per hit, and there's like 4 hits. She's almost doing 1 billion with her basics. It's just so ridiculous. Can we drop an Ada for a Balrog? So this is like relatively easier, right, from the last planet? That's so crazy. That's just so crazy. It doesn't feel like Vanquisher at all. He's just one-tapping everything. As long as the Drake stays up, we're like Gucci. Because we have that defense down, and that's so much punching power. If no one dies here, I think if something dies, it's really bad. I think the carry would come back. Carry still came back. Oh my god. It's kind of rough. I don't think I have mark removal either. Oh no, I do have mark removal. I get dodged there. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get dusted here, unfortunately. We have a lot of, wow, we had a lot of dodges up. If we didn't get CC'd there, maybe we have a chance. I don't think I'm gonna be making the full push in this video. I just wanted to record this because what I was seeing was it was like I can't not record this. This seems ridiculous. I'm probably gonna be streaming this. And then, yeah, well, I'll upload this to YouTube when I get the footage for the clear. Hopefully we get the clear. But this is just too crazy. This is like my first look at seeing the potential what Sword Flash can do in like hyper endgame. And she's hitting 400 million in round 1 with no scaling from antlers yet. She's doing basics for like 800 million, almost hitting 1 billion off basics. Like, this is absolutely absurd. We are struggling a little bit here, but I'm gonna keep it at that. We are in Vanquisher 5, so we still have obviously a long way to push, but hopefully this gives you a good idea at how crazy the Cloud Island update has been, the impacts for the hyper end gamers, and obviously, you know, maybe 6 months, a year down the road, some people that are in mid game, late game will be able to transition their accounts and really boost that one hero really strong. There is a lot of potential. Actually, before ending it, let's just actually show you what it actually is here before I forget. Really important to show this stuff. So this is the breakdown of what is in your SFX forever. Good job, Izardhi. We have level 10, level 11, level 20, and 20. So we're getting double boosted here. This Onkinimaru is V3. Technically V3 because I put all the stellars in for the nodes. So it's V2 plus the 3 nodes. So essentially we're getting a 37,000 boost here. We're getting 63,000 here. We have a V4 Queen that's giving us 53,000 attack and as well as 33,000. So in total, we're getting 184,000 extra attack, taking us well above 1 million. Before we check out the Sword Flash stats, I will showcase this here. We have a secondary home. That's why Jara has this potential to hit this crazy damage. She's also getting 121,000 attack boost from all these tenants. So just absolute madness. Look at the stat sheet. She's 26 million HP and 1,085,000. 1,085,000 attack. Yeah, this is absurd. This sword flash is just on fleek. We did a little bit of surgery here. We moved a bunch of the Stardust around. We're maxed out on the whale pet. We're 136 on the mage to get that extra CC chance. It's like 12%, I believe. Right? Yeah, so we're maxed out there. And then 116 on the assassin pet. And then I just tossed in the 70. We're actually short 5 of these pink crystals to take it to level 80. To get that extra 1.2% holy damage, unfortunately. But so we can even hit even more damage. But this is a pretty maxed out account. Again, super end game. An interesting thing to note. I mean, this video is never going to end. But an interesting thing to note is Jesus was talking about this on stream today, and I think it's a big brain move. If you don't have Stardust, if you're endgame and you're struggling with Stardust, which is the case for a lot of people, make sure that you just level it just once. If you look here, it's 136 out of 40, which means I get access to 12% control immunity offset without having to max it all the way. What you get for leveling those last couple levels is, 1, you're going to go broke on Stardust, and 2, you're getting some base stats, like the fixed attack will scale, but when you hit, you pretty much get like the bulk of the stats that you want, which is most often the substat. Like the fixed attack and fixed HP are nice, but you usually want the extra, like the maim from the assassin. So you get to 16% maim just by being at level 116. It's not necessary to level up all the way to 120. So it's something they point out in stream, which I think is worth sharing, because a lot of people are going to be struggling with Stardust, and sometimes you don't need to maximize it all the way to the top if you're not looking for those like small bits of extra attack we would get, let's say for instance for the assassin pet, or even if you're doing the whale pet and you don't have enough Stardust, you can take it to like 131, 136. Just getting that one extra level will give you access to a decent chunk of the stats, such as like all damage, stuff like that. So thought I'd point that out. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Hopefully you find it useful. I mean, this is crazy. I don't know how useful it'll be, but endgame is looking crazy. I can't wait to stream some of this stuff and actually get into Vortex with this crazy builds. I want to test Balrog. I think Balrog would be super fun, just to see how much it could boost a 1 million attack sword flash. It's very possible she would just one tap everything in round 1, or round 2 rather, but you do have to set that Iggy Balrog round 2 active. But thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.